YouTube land, what's good? It's your boy B here, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince Fajib about the hate. And if you don't know me, future FGC commentator here, we have some gameplay breakdowns from the developers of the NRS community, or staff, I guess, with Mortal Kombat 11, as you see in the background currently. But today, I am here to talk about Erron Black, Noob Saibot, and the Kollector. And my thoughts and opinions, and give you a prediction for next week's Kombat cast, and even probably the one after that, to be fair. The Kollector is a 6-arm person from a 6-arm tribe. Basically, Shao Kahn's taxman is a lore, and it's kind of explained. Now, I was kind of hoping that he would be Kronika's, like, distant son, or something along the lines, I guess. Because the whole point, my only issue is, like, you figure last year, well, not last year, but MKX, they had the Kombat kids. The Kombat kids were important, and they played a huge role into the story. But the other 4 characters that were, besides the Vora, really, were kind of fodder for the most part. They were basically just beat 'em up guys that you kind of just send out there to get beat up. So I'm hoping that, you know, Kronika and Cetrion don't get these, like, huge roles in the story, and they play this huge factor, and then Geras and the Kollector are just there to get beat up. Alright? And I feel like 4 is the right number of new characters. Well, technically 5 with Kronika, but she's technically not playable, I guess. Well, no, is it 4? Geras, Kollector, Cetrion, Kronika. Yeah, so it's 4. My bad. For some reason, I was putting Shinnok in there. But, yeah, so Shinnok and Cetrion are brother and sister, and then Kronika's the mom, obviously. So that's kind of cool that we get a little family background, and I feel like NRS has been going the family direction as well with, you know, Johnny, Cassie, and Sonya, and then Jackson, Jackie, and then, you know, Jade and Kodo are trying to create a family, Katana and Liu Kang. A lot of family elements in this game without it even knowing. Anyway, to get into the gameplay, like I said, he's a 6-arm person, Shao Kahn's taxman. He's a little bit of everything. They said he's kind of unorthodox. So he has some zoning elements to him. He could be a rushdown teleport character. Kind of a setup character because he has different things that he's collected over the years, which is kind of a neat little gimmick and ordeal. So he has, like, swords. He has a mace. He has a bula. A bula or bulik. I think it's a bula. Let's see. The mace can be charged and canceled. Fully charged is a crushing blow. He does have an up mace as well that you can equip, but in the up mace, it doesn't crushing blow. But they look identical. They look similar to each other, so it's kind of hard to tell which one he's doing, whether he's doing the up one or the regular mace. So I think you definitely have to respect it. And it might lead to a lot of crushing blows when you think about it. Because if he's holding it and you're not sure if, like, well, I don't know if I can jump, or I don't know if I can dash in. It could play a little bit of a mind game, but I guess it depends on your character too. Because a lot of characters, I want to say, almost every character has some sort of projectile or something they could do. Like, I know Geras has the sand pillar, but even then, he could do it right then and there and catch you if he knows exactly the distance that you're at. What else was in his default moves? He has a projectile absorb where if he absorbs it and then amplifies it, he gets an orb, but the orb didn't go very far, if anywhere. I think it went as far as, like, the dashes did in previous versions of Mortal Kombat 11. That's about as far as the orb went. Like I said, there's a bula, excuse me, wall. It's like a little, I want to say spikes with the rope, or not spikes with the, what am I trying to say? I don't know how to describe it, but he throws it, and if he amplifies it, he gets you in a capture state, and then he can do combos. He can combos from that. And then they're saying that his game plan and his, like, base range is, like, farther than mid range. So that's kind of unorthodox playstyle you want to play, farther than mid range. Let's go into the variations of the Kollector. Like I said, it's a new character, so we really don't know a lot about him. But like I said before, it was Lasting Tribute, which great name for a variation. Up mace, no crushing blow, but then it gets a command grab, and the command grab crushing blows if it's a punish on get up roll. And people tend to get a lot of get up rolls, especially if you're gonna see a lot more get up rolls if breakaways are the way that they were in this current build. I believe I'll do a gameplay breakdown of the Jade versus Jax, the Tyler versus Derek matchup, and I want to say even with like the round ending and like someone winning the round, that the defensive meter when you break away lasts like 20 seconds, something kind of long, where if you're gonna spend both defensive bars, it might make you pay. So you might utilize more get up rolls so you can get out of those situations. And he has a crushing blow on that. So if you get up roll and he reads it and he command grabs you, he gets a pop up after that, huge combo potential. So that's cool. I love the crushing blows that lead to combo potential rather than the ones that just do dot damage or just big damage. You know, I want to see the combos essentially. He has a teleport, super fast, great recovery. And that was all the things that had in lasting tribute. Death and Taxes, also another great name for a variation. He has a projectile, does dot damage. It's like a fiery, it's like a green fiery that he just throws on the ground. Then he has a chakram, which places the Beulah. You can't charge it, or you can't cancel it, excuse me, but it's super fast. It's a really good projectile. Actually, it's an amp if you throw down the green projectile and it has the fire and he's in the fire, then you throw in the chakram, it gets a crushing blow. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I think I said all this. Works well as a projectile, yeah. And that was pretty much the Kollector's game plan. And I like how he has some command grabs. He's a combo ender. The fact that you can kind of play him how you want to, I think that's gonna be where this game shines a lot. You know, I could play him as like a teleport character that could get in and get out, or I could play him as like a setup character that does a lot of damage and zone you. So, and the fact that he has cancels, that's going to be obviously good too. It's like a command grab with character with cancels. It's kind of scary, to be fair. Now let's go into the boy. One of my five, actually it was two of the five that I was thinking about playing when the game first started. Now, the list is still the same, but I don't know. They just buffed Jade. She could do more. She has more combo potential now, so I kind of like that a lot. Jax is looking really good. Jackie's looking really good for the sake of the meta of the game. I really don't know where I'm leading, but let's get into one of the other characters I was talking about. I was thinking about maining my boy Noob Saibot. He's finally back in MK11. Dead of the Night. Great name for a variation. He gained the low slide, the dive kick, but the dive kick is a clone. That's going to be a issue. Oh my goodness. He can have a mind game and jump ins. How you can't punish him. It's going to be hard to down to Noob Saibot. It's going to be hard to grab Noob Saibot. I wonder, like, I think Jax has that jackhammer move. I wonder if you could grab him, but if the clone's out, how does that work? That's going to be a problem. That clone's going to be a dive kick clone. Is going to be a super problem. Yeah, I think I even wrote in my notes super cheap. And then Ghost Ball drains meter. Those two alone are going to be huge factors in Noob Saibot's game. Could you imagine you doing? All right, say you have 2 bars, right? Noob just did a big combo on you, did a crushing blow, and like you're back against the wall. Say it's 1-1, game 3, you have half life. Noob knows you're going to do an up 2 to get a combo potential. He backdashes, hits you with a ghost ball. Not only did you waste your up 2 and you didn't get anything off of it, you just lost both meters, like 4 meters, just because he hit you with the ghost ball. Right now, that move is broken as hell. Now, if anything, they might change it to where maybe you lose like an offensive meter. I would be okay with that. But, yeah, I mean, it has slow startup, but you can catch someone out the air too, and I think this was this was added too. So I guess it's not the end of the world if it's not in this default based build because of it's added. But man, the Ghost Ball is going to be super strong, especially if it's draining 2 bars out here. 1 offense and 1 defense. Yikes. Noob's going to be a problem, yo. The other variation, Bihan's Wrath, great name as well. Sickle Snag, which is a combo extender and anti-air grab. I like that. I like that a lot. The teleport actually didn't. The teleport when it amplified just did more damage, which is kind of unfortunate. But I guess you could add that. So hopefully that's in one of the variations. But yeah, Sickle Snag, that was kind of a clean move. I like that as an anti-air, and you get a combo extension off of it. Actually, all his Sickle moves, you get like an extension, which I love that a lot. So if anything, if these are his two base defaults for tournament and rank play, I think, I don't know. I feel like if you want to be combo heavy, you play Bihan's Wrath. But if you want to just be a jerk and just bully people, you play Dead of Night. Also, he gets a crushing blow after 10. I think it's low tackle. I think it's tackle. So, well, after 10 clones, but I'm assuming it's for the tackle. Like after the 10th clone, you do the tackle one, and then if you amplify, you get a crushing blow. Because they said after 10, so I don't know if that means after 10 clones, period. Like, can you get a crushing blow off a dive kick after 10? I'm not too sure, but Noob is looking kind of good. Yeah, and he has a teleport that goes behind the opponent, and you amplify it, and you get a pop-up. So that's going to be huge combo potential in that. And then the Fatal Blow tracks low. Noob is going to be a problem. I kind of wish, especially for like Dead of the Night, I wish teleport, they're saying no, I think that was a lie there, man. I was just about to lie to you. But I kind of wish that was a pop-up after amplify. Unfortunately, it's not. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I like Noob. It kind of sucks that it feels like they took some stuff away, but I still like how Noob is designed, and I like both variations. I think both variations are kind of interesting, so I like that. Now, Erron Black. Erron Black was high on my list. Erron Black has been the character as far as MKX goes with these last 2 weeks of the game. I've been playing Erron Black heavy. Like, that's been my training character. Like, as soon as I pop in Mortal Kombat X, I go in with Erron Black and I warm up. I do the 2-1, 2-2-2, 2-1, 2-2 string. I practice my sand traps with Outlaw and things of that nature. But how did I feel about Erron Black in this? The breakdown? I like his throws. The back 2 string pops up. I guess RP Reptile, which is kind of interesting because him and I think Reptile and Baraka kind of play the same role as far as story goes. So the fact that he had something of a Tarkatans last game, and then now he has something of a Reptilians this game kind of fits. So I don't know about our Reptile's chances. We shall see. And this is in his base loadout. I'm presuming. Rifle stance, he gets 8 shots, but in the rifle stance on default, he moves forward, so it's kind of like a zoning way to get in, I guess, as they explained. And they added a low shot in the smoking gun variation, and I don't know if the command grab was added or not. I think he has command grab off default. His command grab seemed good too because you could tick throw it. That was very nice. And I want to say, yeah, only problem with Erron Black too is like a lot of his strings didn't seem like they seemed like enders. They didn't really seem like they seem like enders, or they seem like 50-50s, like because he does have essentially like a 2-1-1-2-2 string, but it ends in the overhead. But you cancel it early to get the slide. So I see the 50-50 in that. But it seemed like he just had a lot of enders. It didn't seem like they like tried to combo into anything. Or it didn't seem like his amplified moves kind of did anything, right? So that's why I'm kind of worried about Erron Black. I don't know how I feel about him. I'd have to see him in the like hands of Sonic Fox or just like Rio. You know what I'm saying? I had to see him being played first before I could really give you a consensus on how I feel about him. Yeah, so I don't know. But then in the other variation that was called Cowboy Up, he has another beast trap, which I kind of like. That if he amplifies it, he kicks it towards you. And then it's a setup game, like he's really good at like kind of keeping you where you're at. So say if you're like they had Kano as an example, Kano would kind of be screwed because see he could put out another beast trap. I guess he could Kano ball. He could Kano ball it, but if he's in rifle stance, I wonder how that works because you don't really get armor. There's not a lot of moves with armor on it besides the wake ups. So I'm trying to like mentally do it in my head of how that matchup goes already. What was I about to say? And he has a quick draw where he essentially nullifies one projectile, and then if he amplifies it, he can shoot a projectile back. So, and as a zoner, he looks great. I don't know about combo potential. Like I said, we didn't see anything, and then it shows all the moves. That's what they've been been saying these last two combat casts. But at the default, they're saying that there's going to be two variations too. So we'll see. Yeah. So I would say Noob, and then Kollector, and then Erron Black as far as this combat cast goes. For like most intriguing and like eager to play for me personally. So let's get into predictions for the next combat cast. For the next combat cast, they already said Devore is going to be in it, so Honeybee somewhere happy already. I think it might be an all female combat cast. So I hate to play spoiler, but spoiler warning now. I'll give you 3 seconds to leave if you want to leave after me breaking down Noob, Erron, and Kotal. I'm going off the leak list, so I think it's going to be an all-female combat cast. I have Katana, Devora, and Frost as the next 3 characters I think they reveal and break down. And then I think next week, the last week for the week before Mortal Kombat, I think they do a breakdown of Shao Kahn. If they don't have an event or anything they go to, usually they go to one right before the game releases. And so I have Shao Kahn, and then I have Chapter 1. But if there's an event, I think they might showcase the event for Shao Kahn, and then they might do a combat cast for Chapter 1. But I think those are the last for the last 2 weeks. These are the last 2 things I think you're gonna see as far as Mortal Kombat goes. You're gonna see these 3 character breakdowns this week that they're saying, and then you're gonna see like a Chapter 1, and then you're gonna see Shao Kahn. I think that's really all that is left to it. I can't wait. I'm getting eager and eager. Got 1 week down, just got 2 more to go. I think next week's gonna be a lot easier just because it's gonna be 1 week away versus the 2 that we are right now. But who knows? Hopefully so. It's your boy B Heard signing out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm trying to hit for a new time zone. Or not time zone, new upload time, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully I get it. Alright, peace.